What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be checking out Stirring Abyss, the newest offering from Slytherin. I'm of the opinion that Slytherin almost always does, like, really good work. Like, they're one of those companies that just keeps putting out strategy games that get more and more sophisticated and more polished. Their earlier titles were basically just like 2D sprites and tiles moving around, and at this point, they've actually got some pretty cool strategy games coming out. Today, we're going to dive into Stirring Abyss. It's an underwater Xcom styled From the Depths. A Terror from the Deep, is that the name of the XCOM 2? Terror from the Deep? Either way, you're at the bottom of the ocean, you're in old 1915 giant brass Big Daddy suits, and you're trying to survive. You go out during the day, you do missions, you try to gather up your crewmen that are lost, you bring back resources to your sub, use it to repair and build new oxygen filters and stuff like that. I've given the game a test run, I like it, so now we're gonna play it. Let's go!
The coordinates brought us to an uncharted peak. A great mountain rising from the lightless depths, shrouded in mystery. We thought we'd prepared for everything.
This is the USS Salem requesting aid. We have negative rudder control and are taking on water. Our tank mechanisms are unresponsive. Current position is 5-8 tack 5 1 decimal. Oh my God. What is that?
How little we knew. The abyss hides more than ancient ruins and lost history. And our arrival has not gone unnoticed. In deep waters, the smallest ripple can change everything.
It's definitely stirring. I feel stirred, not shaken, so I think we'll be alright. Okay, so here we are. How do I... Oh, really? It randomly generates the crew members. I didn't even realize. My captain looks completely different from my last captain that I played when I played the first few missions. Interesting. So we click on this guy. It's going to take us over to his position. We have AP that we're going to need to keep track of. It'll allow us to throw bombs, fight, defend, all that kind of stuff. Let's get moving, though. I absolutely love the 3D rendered sprites in this game. I think they look great. It looks like we've got some stuff over here that we need to investigate. Oh, good. Eldritch activity. That's never a bad sign. Ensign Coleman swears under his breath. It's a corpse. Of all the caves in the ocean, there's a corpse in this one. That can't be a good omen. Though the uniform is old and the years have taken their toll, it's clear the deceased sailor was something of an extremely high rank. Not a man who would be unceremoniously buried at sea under normal circumstances, so mutiny, perhaps, or battle? There are no answers here. All Coleman knows is that he would rather avoid suffering whatever gruesome fate claimed the man. Lowering his head in respect for a fellow sailor, he moves on. Okay, we've got a U.S. Navy bag over here. It's got a spear gun inside of it. We can drag and drop that onto our character. That's going to provide us with a ranged attack, which is something of a rarity in this game. You actually really want to have that. This reloads at the end of combat, as far as I know. So when we go into the next mission, we'll have all of our rounds back. So for the moment, it's okay for us to take the spear gun and just zap that thing right there and kill it off. I'm going to go ahead and skip most of the tutorials because I feel confident enough in my gameplay that I can tell you guys what's going on. Every time you kill an enemy, you want to inspect them for the first time. It's the equivalent of like XCOM. You do your research on the sectoids or whatever. The broken jellyfish lies deflated at his feet, tiny electrical discharges still visible within the pale membrane. Coleman is no expert on the creatures, but he knows they don't use electricity to hunt or defend themselves. An entirely new species of Cyphozoa? In a different context, this would be a great biological discovery, but right now it puts him on edge. And so we got, I think, research? Oh, clues. There you go. So we can get upgrades for our crewmen with that. It's basically XP. Okay, sounds good. Hey, we found a homie. What's going on, dude? Navigating the gloomy cavern, Ensign Coleman comes to an abrupt stop. A motionless figure lies hunched against a rock wall, clad in one of the expedition diving suits. He's not alone. Rushing to the side of his fallen comrade, Coleman is relieved to see a small burst of bubbles coming from the exhaust vent of the suit. Out cold, but breathing. Ensign Coleman, can you hear me? He can only hope the radio transceivers on both suits are still functional. The moment of silence feels immeasurably long until a faint reply echoes inside his helmet. I'm here. Copy, I mean. It's Chief Petty Officer Garcia, groggy and confused just as he himself was coming to. What's going on? Where am I? Not a lot of answers as of yet, Chief Petty Officer Coleman replies, forcing calmness and confidence into his voice. Get up and check your gear. We've got a lot to do. Yeah, this guy's randomly generated too. The last time I played this guy, he was a lower rank. He was not who he was basically like it was a seaman first class or something like that the first time I played the game. And so I guess you get like all random. That's fine. I'm okay with it. I think that randomness is good for a game. It makes it kind of have like a breath of life. We do want to pay attention to our oxygen. If you take a look at the UI, we've got health on this right side. We've got oxygen right here. If you're wondering why there's Eldritch flames coming off of the portrait when they're selected, you'll find out about that later. It's not important for right now, but you'll find out. You'll find out. I do have flares. Yeah, let me throw out a flare over here. There we go. The flare will illuminate the water so that you can see better. That did use up a little bit of our AP. I do wish, so like, the thing is, right, we don't get really like a, well, we do get kind of a preview. Yeah, that'll work. Stab him. Perfect. Exactly what I was hoping for. All right, now you head down this way. That's going to use up most of his AP. I would like it if they change this grid right here. So if it's 1 AP, it's blue. If it's 2 AP, it's yellow. I would really, really appreciate that. That would be one of those things. Like, I find a lot of the time that I just like am looking up over to here to see what I'm previewing and how many AP I'm going to be using. It may be that yellow box right there. I'll check the color of the box the next time we go through. That thing is aggroed, so we're probably going to take a hit right here, which is unfortunate. Yeah, a hit to the back. That's not the greatest, but, you know, such is life. We'll go ahead and spear gun this dude, take him out real fast. We're out of spear gun ammo, so we're going to have to get back on that pretty soon. Unfortunately, the spear gun uses up a lot of your remaining resources. We have a traversal point over here. I don't see any loot laying around that we can potentially pick up in order to increase our chances of survival. So let's traverse then. There is some loot over here. I will try to take that with me. So we've got 5 scrap metal right there. That's great. Your characters do exist independently of each other, just regardless of what scene that they're on. So like my other guy stays on the map while this guy stays on this map. So keep that in mind as well. That sort of reminds me of, what was the XCOM game where you had like the city and you flew around in flying cars? It's kind of like that. People will be in different parts of the building at the same time, and you don't have to worry about having everybody near an exit. People can exit and enter as they want to. We'll go ahead and wait right here. I'm going to throw a flare up and over here just to make sure we're being safe. Use your flares. I can't recommend that enough. There's a number of ambushes and things in this game that you are going to run into from time to time. And like, taking damage is kind of a pain in the ass to fix in this game. So, like, if it ends up getting to that point, I promise, you really want to keep people fresh. In fact, I'm a little bit sad that we ended up getting this guy wounded. Let's go ahead and we'll climb up the anchor. All right, so up the anchor we go. Carefully ascending the sturdy anchor chain, Coleman reaches the airlock contraption at the con. If you know what the conning tower is, it's the big thing that sticks up on the top of the submarine that has all the radio equipment in it. It's the thing you climb down into the sub through. You know, the tower on the sub? It's called the conning tower. The mechanism opens with ease, just like in training. He can't wait to be inside and shed his damn suit. The conning tower's a mess, with miscellaneous equipment strewn haphazardly all around the small room. First things first, though, the control room. The ensign kneels next to the hatch and pulls. The heavy steel door gives way with a tortured creak, revealing an almost still surface of dark water. Ship's flooded. Panic rears its head within Coleman. The USS Salem is their only way home. It's his only hope of seeing his family again, too, and if it's too badly damaged to move or even surface... Okay, focus. The sub is floating. That means there's plenty of air inside of it somewhere. All they need to do is pump the water out of the flooded sections and get the equipment in the control room operational. We're not going down without a fight. All right, so we made it back on in. We have Ensign Christopher Coleman, who got a physical commendation for that, covered the most ground in challenging terrain. We have Chief Petty Officer Eric Garcia and his powerful mustache, bro. That's the mustache of ages right there. Although I think both of our naval cadets, all right, I think that, well, they're not cadets, they're ensigns and petty officers. I don't know what that means. I was never in the Navy. I think that ensign is higher than chief. Well, maybe chief petty officer. I mean, he was giving orders, so I assume ensign is higher than chief petty officer, but I don't really honestly know. I'm sure somebody will let me. I'm sure there's a bubblehead in my audience. I had a buddy that was on a nuclear sub for like years. Absolutely hated it. Let's see here. All right, so we've got enough power to pump this room. It's going to cost us 6 of our 11 that we have. So there we go. The room has been pumped out. And as we clear out more of these areas on the ship, we're going to have access to more crafting and more things to help our characters out. We can fix this for the 5 scrap metal and 3 copper that we looted during the mission. And the great machine comes alive slowly, still locked behind flooded sections responding to the call of the control room. The hum and vibration of the engines brings hope, but not as much as the blinking light on the radio panel, the emergency beacon locator. Tens of diving suits, each fitted with a transmitter, missing from storage. Only one signal is active right now, but perhaps the others are just out of range or temporarily disabled. After difficult repairs and the haunting emptiness they found on the USS Salem, it feels good to have a clear way forward. Much remains to be done on board the ship. Most functions are completely offline, and the rest is held together by the power of duct tape and positive thinking. To make things more difficult, the wiring manual in the control room maintenance cabinet has escaped its waterproof casing. The old girl's gonna need some serious dry dock time if and when they get home. I only have one person from the Navy in my family, and I never even knew about it until like 6 months ago. I've known my uncle my entire life. Never has he talked about this once. I never knew he was in the military at all. 34 years of life, and I never knew my uncle was in the Navy. He talked about it last Thanksgiving. Apparently he was on the Kitty Hawk. He was on the Kitty Hawk, and he was a helicopter loader. He had to go out with like a gaff stick and help load things onto helicopters to be airlifted off the Kitty Hawk. So there you go. There's my anecdotal story. We don't really have enough power to really do anything that we want to do. We do have some extra gear over here, like flares and whatnot. We can move those around should we desire to do so. We have ammo. We've got that right there. 2 charges left of flares. Maybe I should refill on flares. I don't know. Well, we'll keep the 2 that we've got. It's okay. So there's a couple things. We have the Enigma board right now, but we can't mess around with it because we got to do the next mission. So we'll do the next mission instead. It's opened up this other area of the seafloor. Let's dive on in. So here we are. Now we've got a radar this time, or a sonar anyways, so we can do the dong, dong thing. We also have special abilities, so if you don't use any special abilities, so we've got evacuate. We can pull people out if we need to. We also have amplify signal, which allows us to figure out where enemies and stuff are on the sonar. I'll be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of the map in this game, and the reason for that is that this game, you're on a very, very strict timetable because of your oxygen. And so anyways, I would be okay with sort of the weird esoteric map that they give you in a randomly generated game if you were not on a timer. But since I am on a timer, it's tough. Like sometimes it's hard to, like, we know that like where we're trying to go is vaguely over this way, but the map does not adjust towards the camera's movement or anything else like that. So you got to be careful with the way that you move around. Let's go take a look down here and just sort of see what we've got going here. I don't want to move too fast, but then again, it's usually a pretty good idea. Was there anything down this way, or is this a dead end? That's a dead end. Okay. I'm all right with it being a dead end. I just wanted to verify because there are things like oxygen vents and whatnot that you're really going to want to be aware of their position on the map so that you can fall back to them and refill your oxygen as necessary. They do give you a pretty generous supply in this mission since it's one of the early missions, but, you know, can't be too careful. I would definitely recommend against making large moves, by the way. You can drain out your AP little by little, so it's really not that big of a deal. We've got flares over here. I will take those. I was actually wishing that he would have some. We've got some fuel right there, or supplies, I guess. We can also move over here, and we can grab this scrap metal. That'll go back to the ship. And then let's just keep moving cautiously. There's an air vent right there. You might not notice it. It actually looks like a part of the... It looks like a part of the game's scenery very, very well. It has no outline. It has no glow or anything, so don't walk past these. these are your lifeline. Like, I can't express that enough. Like, these things right here, you live and die by these things. So don't do anything too crazy. We got more supplies on this side. And I'm okay with that. We'll go ahead and grab them. Throw those on the ship. Move up this way. I don't see anything. I'm going to split the party. I know it's not a good idea, but we're going to Scooby-Doo this thing. I'm going to have this guy kind of, let's see here. Chief Petty Officer, what are you doing right now? Yeah, kind of go out this way and investigate just to make sure we don't have anything crazy going on. Can you get a flare over there? Get a flare over there. I'm trying to figure out the way that the map's laid out. So we actually really need to go hard right over here. My guess is that we're going to have to go up and around and then cut to the right. You go ahead and go forward and scout. Just sort of see what's in front of us. Supplies. Can't turn those down. So what we'll do is we'll loot this little lower area over here. And once we've looted this little low area on this side, I don't remember what that thing does. Let's just, like, shoot it. Oh, it puts out poison. Fantastic. Great. I didn't bring a med kit with me either. I'm a doofus. Alright, well, we'll investigate it. We might as well get as many clues out of it as we possibly can. Splayed open, all that remains of the bulging pod are the shreds of a thin but tough shell strung between supporting spines. The pressure inside the bizarre coral-like husk must have been immense, a quirk of evolution previously unknown to science or the consequence of an unnatural force. Oh, bleeding doesn't actually make you bleed in this game. It makes you take more damage. Okay, so we're going to need to have the ensign tank in the off chance that anything weird starts happening. And there's another one down there. I don't even really know if I want to kill it, though. I'd throw a flare down there, I guess, and see if there's any loot worth fighting for. Wish that I had some loot worth fighting for. Wish that I had a loot worth fighting for. Oh, man. Incoming DMCA from Disney, dude. About to get destroyed out here by the legal might of the mouse. Alright. You come fill up here, Chief. The good news is this thing does refill with oxygen over time. So, like, if you can find the air vents, you can effectively stay on site in the mission as long as you want. It just comes down to, like, can you find the air vents in time a lot of the time. It's been my experience anyways. I don't know if I can activate this through a diagonal, but I'm going to try. Oh, I can activate it through a diagonal. Nice. Okay, well, he's ready to roll. We have an investigation over here. I don't want to get them too far from one another. I'd really like to be able to have them back each other up. Alright, get your air tank refilled, and then let's catch up with the ensign. Okay, investigate this thing, whatever it may be. The ghastly bones have been picked clean. Some previously unknown species of archaic human or another type of mutant. Upon closer inspection, the misshapen skull has a distinctly unnatural look to it, as if it had bulged and deformed suddenly and traumatically rather than having grown that way. Oof. Okay. Chuck me a flare over there, man. Our objective is not that way. But there may be loot over there. Let's stick to the objective for right now. Let's do our best to play the objective. He's out of flares, which is unfortunate because he's my... Oh, we got an enemy right there. Well, the flare helped us out right there, so that's good. You pull up. Yeah. We're gonna kind of just creep around the edges here. I don't want to be anywhere near that thing. There's a jellyfish blocking the way, too. 2 jellyfish blocking the way. Alright. We have problems. I mean, I'd love to stab that thing, but I don't want to get anywhere near that thing. I wonder if its explosion will kill the thing next to it. It will, in fact. That's actually a really, really good piece of information to know. The downside is I have no spear gun left, so... Wah, wah. Oh, it killed both of them. Hell yeah. Oh no, dude. Oh, there's so many more. Oh, that's super bad. I don't like that at all. I do have an explosive charge. How far can I throw that? A reload is required? Oh, okay. Alright, fall back, fall back, fall back. He gets an attack of opportunity, even on diagonals, which is kind of interesting. I don't have any action points left, so we're going to have to take our chances out here. I'm going to throw a flare as far as I possibly can, just to sort of illuminate the dark. Oh, there's 4 of them, dude. This is not good. I don't think they can move that far. Yeah, I don't think that jellyfish are known for their ability to be mobile. Oh no, that one's aggroed too. Yikes. Okay. Yeah, I needed you to kill that, man. I needed you to kill that real bad. Oh, he's not going to have the AP to finish that off. Oh, you can attack diagonals. That's such a good piece of information to be aware of. Oh, okay, it's chain lightning. That's super bad. Not crazy excited about that. Yeah, kill that thing off and then fall back. Let the ensign take care of this one over here. That was a lot more enemies than I expected. That's really not great. There was like 6 of them over there. It's kind of a horrible situation to find yourself in without a med kit. A little bit more copper right there. And once again, I'm scouting with my busted guy. Although they've both taken damage at this point. Hopefully they heal up a little bit when we get back to base. I don't see any more air vents, and that's got me nervous. The game does a really, really good job with its atmosphere and sort of the ambience of the game. Like, it really sincerely does. It is a game that is, like, eerie. I'm going to throw that out right there. I'm going to save the last flare. There is something. Oh, there's an air vent right here. Yeah, let's go for the air vent. I think refilling my air right now is a really, really good idea. Oh, shit. What is that thing? I don't particularly... Oh, there's 2 of them, dude. Oh, no. Oh, dude, we're about to lose somebody. Just run away, man. That's all you can do. I think we're going to have to evacuate this mission. I don't see us getting through it. We've just taken too much attrition. Like, just not enough spear guns and things to go around to keep us at range. Yeah, I don't really know what my plan is right now. Honestly, I don't really have one. We're pretty much toast at this point. I know it's at the end of the mission, and we're pretty much done. Like, it's pretty much over. It's kind of a bummer that I know that beforehand, but, like, ugh. Should have brought a med kit. Okay, lucked out right there. That's good. Yeah, you get on in here. You gotta be my scrapper, man. You're gonna have to be my scrapper. We can cheap shot this guy. It'll stun them and make them bleed. Yeah, go for it. Give him a cheap shot. That's fine. I'm okay with it. I'm antsy to bring this guy up. But I'm still going to. Yeah, refill your air a little bit. Oh, you missed the attack of opportunity. Missed that one too. Okay, that's fine. We're okay. This is actually going better than I thought. I didn't realize that we had an attack of opportunity available. You kind of fall back. We'll wait and see what this guy does. We're next to the air supply, so like we're in a strong position. Really wish we didn't have neurotoxin on everybody. Yeah, get down in here and just kind of wrap him up. Okay, a little bit of damage right there. Yeah. Go for it. He's going to try to disengage, but hopefully somebody gets him. There we go. Perfect. Alright, investigate this guy. Actually, what do we have? Okay, so you come refill your oxygen real quick because you're almost in hypoxia. Which is like really, really bad. You don't want to get down to where there's little red lines on your oxygen. Otherwise, you start taking debuffs. Scrap metal. That's good. I mean, if we can survive this, I think we'll be okay. Where did he die at? There he is. The gaunt corpse is unlike anything Coleman has ever seen before. Features common to deep-sea animals mixed with a frame that's far closer to human than he would dare admit. The size of its eyes explain why the strange beast was so averse to the light of their suit lamps. Compared to the near-perfect darkness of its home, the fluorescent bulbs must have seemed like they were staring into the sun. The arms, weak and decrepit as they are, don't seem to see much use. The simple conclusion is that the spines the creature propelled must be its primary defense as well as a hunting strategy. The simple clothing also implies the use of advanced tools. Coleman can't help but feel that there's more to these spine skulkers than meets the eye. You do me a favor and reload, man. That's what I need from you. Get the last of that air, too. Alright, you come over here and get our spoils, because this is what we were going for. Oh, he's out of APs. Okay, we'll have him come down here. A little bit of scrap metal. Not a whole lot left to play around with, though. So neurotoxin is off. You got more HP, so you go in first. So far, so okay. Let's wait a turn. We're going to handle that guy, don't you worry. Oh, he's aware of us. Oh, now he's aware of us. That's good. I'm glad they don't get a scramble turn, dude, though. I hated that in XCOM. Like, enemies that get scramble turns just annoy me, dude. Like, I feel like if you practice the foresight to sneak up on an enemy... Oh, we can pick up the corpses for clues. I had no idea. I just learned a new thing. Fall back by one, just in case. Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like they're gonna be aware of us really, really soon. Yeah, it's unfortunate. They got a scramble turn on that one. Okay, so get that one off the captain. If you can land this hit, you can move up, man. Oh no, he didn't kill him. Yeah, we're in a shambles right now. This is not good. I should have brought the med kit with me. Well, if we die, we die, I guess. That's a part of the game. Yeah. I figure we hang around back here. Maybe next turn I can get a spear off right there to deal some damage. The corruption level is advanced by its first step. Okay. Probably took a little bit too long out here. We're going to need to be spry about this. Hopefully he can make this shot. If he can't, we have problems. There you go. Perfect. You move up and wrap him up. There we go. Okay, we gotta hope for the best now. We are in it. Yep, stab that thing to death, dude. Stab that thing to death. Hey, we pulled it out, dude. We pulled it out. I'm so happy. Oh my god, I thought we were toast, man. He's got like 1 HP left. He's so beat up. Like, my man is just destroyed right... What is that? Barely audible whispers surround Ensign Coleman as he approaches the primitive shrine. In this moment, he might have had a chance to turn away, but reason and bravado have overridden his instinctive response to flee. As a set of red eyes flare between horns, the moment has passed and he is trapped. Do not fear, the voice whispers. I offer much, and I ask for so little. Coleman struggles, but it's like his suit is lined with lead. There's no escape from the red eyes that seem to burrow into his skull. Gotta roll some dice, baby. There you go. We succeeded. That one's bad. You want these ones right here. So some of these count as like 1s, and some of these count as 3s. So that's like a critical success. These are 1s, and you got to hit the target, whereas this is like a -1 right there. Horns of the shrine and the crimson disembodied eyes are joined by bright blue lines that form the shape of a bull's head. The voice returns, but no longer as a whisper. It roils around Coleman, deep as the ocean and inexorable as the tides. You have come to a dangerous place. Already you have faced my wayward children, and worse awaits you should you continue. Vestiges of my powers still remain. Call to me if you require aid, and I will attempt to twist the fates in your favor. Who are you? What do you want from us? Coleman demands. There is no response. The silence of aeons returns, leaving only a tingling at the back of his neck. Something or someone is waiting. And see, now we have magic. So we can teleport, we can make it so that we deal more damage from various targets, that kind of stuff. My name is Splattercat. This is Stirring Abyss. I think there's a definite audience out for this game, and I definitely think it's a cool game. It's hard though. Don't play it if you're expecting an easy cakewalk. This is definitely in the tradition of XCOM. It's a hard game. I'll see y'all later. Thank you for being here. Get the game down below next to my Discord link if you wanted to get it, and that's all I got for you. Bye, everybody.